Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot to talk about today with the War Within getting its first major updates. We got brand new class changes coming in this Tuesday, including some buffs and nerfs, the brand new trading post that comes out tomorrow, gear that you could receive in raids to trade alternate characters, which is crazy, weekly to-do list, general news, and so much more. My name's Sky from the Comeback Kids. We got your War Within news today. Grab a cup of coffee, sit down. We got a lot to discuss. Okay, diving right into the headline of today, we have some class tuning coming in with the weekly reset on Tuesday. And I'm not gonna lie, some of these changes are pretty damn big. The first one being to Frost Death Knight with a minor nerf to Icy Death Torment by 10%. Pretty much this is just a passive ability that gives the Death Knight a chance to shoot out frost damage to enemies in front of you, with their melee swing. So they are tuning this down a little bit. Honestly, they shouldn't feel that this much because Exterminate and Reaper's Mark is performing exceptionally well right now. So Frost Death Knight shouldn't really feel this nerf at all. But somebody who will feel some class changes is actually going to be the Balanced Druid. Yes, you did hear that clearly because they are getting some buffs. It seems that they're trying to reel back some of the damage on their builders like Starfire and then supplement it into their spenders by nerfing Starfire and Wrath slightly on one of their talents, but increasing Star Surge by 12% and Starfall by 20%, which should feel much, much better for your spenders. Additionally, they are increasing their damage ramp inside of the Eclipse window to sort of ramp it up faster by buffing up a passive as well, which is another welcome change. Honestly, I think Balanced Druid is gonna need a lot more help design-wise in order for it to be, effective again, but nevertheless, I guess a buff is a step in the right direction. Additionally, when it comes to Druid, Feral got their Rampant Ferocity buffed, which causes their Ferocious Bites to deal AoE damage, to also be affected by Blood Talons or Lion Strength. So overall, that is a buff as well. Moving on now, it looks like Evoker is seeing some significant buffs by getting a 6% damage increase flat across the board on Devastation, as well as Firestorm's damage being increased by a whopping 20%. But the duration of that is now being reduced to 10 seconds to supplement for it. Additionally, Flame Shaper, which is one of the worst performing hero talent trees, is seeing some buffs, with Engulf getting increased by a whopping 30%. So that's very, very interesting to see as well. Currently at the moment with Devastation, the only viable option is pretty much Scale Commander. So I'm really hoping that with Flame Shaker getting buffed, you could potentially be seeing a comeback from this, hero talent tree before the season opens up. Either way, very big win for Evoker. The most boring and passive hero talent tree in the game, however, Pack Leader for Hunter, is getting buffs for both Beast Mastery and Survival, pretty much across the board, which I guess is a good thing to see. At this point, I still think players are mostly either using Dark Ranger or Sentinel and kind of just skipping out on Pack Leader, and I think it is in severe need of a redesign in my opinion, but nevertheless, it's getting some buffs. Overall, once again, a good thing. Additionally, Blizzard's favorite class, the Mage, is once again getting buffed in the form of damage for Fire Mage. Living Bomb getting buffed by a whopping 30%, Pyroblast being buffed by 5%, and Flame Strike being buffed by 10%. So pretty much Fire Mage's core spells for their rotation got buffed across the board, and I'm incredibly intrigued to see how their damage looks this upcoming Tuesdays inside of a heroic dungeon. Additionally, Frostfire Bolt's damage is getting buffed by 25% for Fire Mage as well, and then Sun Fury Mage got nerfed pretty hard with Arcane, with now you won't be able to double dip your spell queuing, as well as the Arcane Phoenix being nerfed by 10% now, so that's going to be some interesting drama to check out around Mage over this next Tuesday. I'm really excited to see what happens because I am leveling my Mage this weekend. I'll have to let you know how all of that goes. For Retribution Paladin, all their Holy Spell damage has been increased by 5%. They got some Mastery rating nerfs slightly, but not too much going on there. When it comes to Priests, they are seeing some buffs for the Oracle hero talent tree with a flat 15% damage increase to the Power Word Shield Absorption, as well as Shadow Word Pain and Purge the Wicked damage actually being increased by 20%. So that should integrate into some more healing for Discipline Priests. So you gotta let me know what you all Discipline Priests, feel about it in the comment section below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Additionally, Shadow Priest's Void Blast damage on the Void Weaver tree has been increased by 20%. So that should feel a lot better for your Entrophic Rift windows as well for Shadow Priest. So that should be exciting. So big W for Shadow and Priest overall. For Elemental Shaman, they did see some flat damage reduction by 6%, but saw some buffs to their Stormbringer hero talent tree. So That's going to be interesting to see. And for Enhancement Shaman, they saw a 4% damage reduction, and Tempest actually saw a major nerf for them because it will now deal reduced damage beyond 5 targets, which will significantly reduce the amount of damage enhancement deals, in a Mythic Plus environment when you're pulling, 6 to 10 mobs at a time, when you're getting those really big pulls out and dealing a bunch of, Stormbringer damage. So I'm very curious to see what happens with that. And the reason why I'm curious is because Totemic is getting buffed with that, with their Tremor damage being increased by 10% and Searing Volley being increased by a whopping 80%. So the Elemental's build for enhancement might actually be on the rise here. There might be a case that Totemic could be an option when it comes to Mythic Plus. Let me know what you shamans think about it in the comment section below, because for a while, Totemic has been pretty much dog water and Stormbringer's been walking all over it for the longest time now. So I'm going to test it out, let you know what you guys think. Lastly, for the class changes, we have Destruction Warlock being buffed by a flat 5% across the board, which is, I guess, a good thing because the class is definitely designed well, but it is lagging behind in terms of numbers compared to Demonology and Affliction, as we predicted in the beta. So hopefully they keep getting buffed little by little until things feel, better for Destruction. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is all of the class changes for this week upcoming on Tuesday. I'm sure we're going to get, way more changes in the next few weeks or so after the season officially starts, but I was really surprised to see this the other night because the season hasn't even opened up yet, so we are getting some class changes early. Not only that, with the start of September being officially here tomorrow, we have the brand new trading posts. This September, there is a plunder to be had as we are getting into a, pirate and brewfest themed trading post this month. So whether you're, adventuring by land or sky, you'll look wonderful as you ride into danger. And you can actually ride into danger on the brand new Plunder Lord's Golden Crocolisk mount, which looks pretty cool as well. You got some interesting new crab-like pets, a pirate costume, which is going to be a recolor of the Plunderstorm, event cosmetics, some really cool pirate-themed weapons like daggers, swords, axes, and guns, and then finally some recolors of some old items, as well as the, Cinderai Warblade, which I think looks really, really cool on a Blood Elf. Overall, really cool designs here and items, so we definitely should be checking that out come tomorrow. Now, I'm sure you may have come across this already as you're going throughout your time in the War Within, but if you didn't know, for many players, we are getting what is called Warbound until equipped items. Now, you can't actually sell this item or give it to any other, player character, but you can send it to your alternate characters to greatly enhance their power very easily. For example, I have some stored in my bank to show you on screen right now, which are awesome, and some of them reaching up to 571 item level, which is very, very solid for a Kickstarter gear for fresh level 80s. Blizzard, however, recently announced some additional notes about this that you're definitely going to want to pay attention to, so listen up. Blizzard officially stated that Warbound until equipped gear will be able to drop from every raid, dungeon, and delve moving forward, scaling with the difficulty of that said instance. The chance to get this loot comes from individual bonus rolls that does not impact your, loot otherwise, so it's just a chance to get it. Again, they emphasize here that the raid bosses will drop Warbound until equipped gear for certain people in the raid, and dungeons will drop Warbound until equipped gear at the final boss in a dungeon only. Additionally, they state that mythic raid bosses only drop champions for Warbound until equipped gear. So in case you weren't paying attention or missed it, to quickly summarize what I just said, as you're going higher in the level of content, you're going to be occasionally getting, upgraded loot that is called Warbound until equipped that will scale to the difficulty of content. It may not be at the exact item level, but it should be a little higher as you progress. So you can send that loot to alternate characters to greatly enhance the rate at which you gear them. I cannot express how amazing and important a small feature like this is for some of the players like you all out there may not have too much time to play World of Warcraft like me. I don't see everyone being able to play 4, 5, 6 hours a day. So, for example, my brother Lance, he has a full-time job. He can only play maybe 2 hours max a day. This is really, really good for a player like him to get some loot on some alternate characters if he's interested very quickly. So very, very big W. Love this feature so far in the War Within. Now, enough about the future, let's talk about right now, because it is Saturday as of the release of this video, which gives you a few days left until the weekly reset this Tuesday, and you gotta make sure you're doing everything you possibly can to increase your player power before the reset happens so you don't fall behind. We're here at the Comeback Kids to remind you that this includes acquiring your profession sparks, so you can make up to a 603 weapon or piece of armor, jewelry, or whatever may have you. Right now, if you have the gold to do so, you can do this from completing your weekly quest in the main city of Dornegal and returning it for your weekly cache, where you will acquire a Spark of Fractured Omens, where then if you combine 2 of them together, you will get your spark. You can earn your second Fractured Spark from Custodian Kuban near the center crafting area with all the professions near him. All you have to do is turn in this first shard. He'll give you a second one for free to complete your spark. Next up on the list, you have your weekly PvP quest, which can be accepted in the PvP general area, which is based in the front gate of the city, as you can see on the map here. This week is the Epic Battleground PvP event, which, if you're lucky, it could take you only 1 battleground like it did me, and it earned me over 2,000 honor in 1 PvP battleground, which is insane. So definitely make sure to do this. You also have your Sparks of Life quest as well to kickstart your PvP journey and get you a ton of gear very, very quickly. So please don't miss out on that. Not only that, you have your Profession weekly knowledge gains, which can be looted from treasures or gathered from your mining and herbalism nodes or skinning. And something brand new to the War Within is the inscription-based weekly knowledge points that everyone can acquire from an inscriptionist. You can acquire this by setting a crafting order to your profession knowledge, which don't get overwhelmed because it's actually very simple, and I'll tell you how to do it now. All you have to do is go to the crafting order NPC in the main city, search up Algari Treatise, it should be on the screen here, in the search bar, and simply make a crafting order for your said item. These items are bind on pickup and are only craftable by the players with the inscription profession, so all you're doing is putting in the materials, waiting for your inscription person to craft it, and you should be good to go. With that, you also have your patron crafting orders, which is absolutely mandatory in my opinion if you want to increase your profession skill or knowledge. From that, you can also acquire a ton of artisans acuity, which can give you very rare crafting recipes as well as knowledge points. I've earned over 30 knowledge points from using this currency, so it's a very, very important that you do this. So what you're gonna have to do is go to your crafting table of your specific profession, go to the bottom and hit patron work orders, and you will see a list of orders requested by an NPC that you could fill out to get some extra bonuses. Doing these patron work orders absolutely changed the game on how I make money in the War Within, so please do yourself a favor. If you want to make some gold and not have to swipe away for a WoW token, do your patron work orders, do some dailies. Very, very quick to do it and easy. Get some knowledge points as well. Next up, you have your Awakening the Machine scenario in the Ringing Deeps that gives you a cache full of currencies that you will need to upgrade all of your gear and purchase renown items, as well as the Spreading the Light scenario in Hollowfall, which gives you a cache of potential gear and currency as well. So both of those 2 weekly events are very important to tackle and knock down also. Now, I know this may seem like a lot at once, but if you're looking for a condensed way to sort of acquire all of this gear and progress your character at max level, do yourself a favor and check out our top 10 best things you could be doing at max level that we released the other day. We are getting a lot of great feedback on the video. It's really great to see, all those new and returning players for retail WoW so far in the War Within get helped out. So check it out. I promise you won't be disappointed. And lastly, a pretty big tip that actually I just learned and it went right over my head was that you can actually run the same heroic dungeons over and over again to target farm specific gear that you need. For example, I was in desperate need on my rogue of an upgrade for a sword, so I simply ran the Dawnbreaker dungeon over and over again until I got my 2 swords, and I instantly upgraded them to 593, which increased my damage by like 10-fold. You can target farm and find these items by going to the Adventure Guides Journal tab by pressing Shift J, going to the dungeons in the War Within expansion to see the loot table, and swapping the item slot to whatever you may need upgraded. This will give you the chance to find adventure loot items, which start at level 571, which you can then upgrade all the way up to 593 if you save up your Valor Stones and Crest. This is going to be incredibly crucial this week to power you up to get you locked and loaded, ready to go for Mythic Dungeons coming in about a week and a half. So definitely do this to get prepared. The one downside is that, yes, you have to run to the entrance of the dungeon and then, leave the instance and reset it. But you can do that by posting it in the guild chat, looking for members to hang out with in Discord or, just goof off. Or you can find one in the looking for group channel very, very easily. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, do not forget to leave your comments down in the comment section below so we can hear your thoughts on the War Within so far, so we can put it in a future weekly wrap-up video. I'm dying to hear what you all think about the expansion so far, whether it be about the story, class balance, dungeons, whatever you want. I want to hear about it. I want to share it with you all, so please let us know what you think about it in the comment section below. We have a ton of videos coming out very, very soon, like the best specs you can main heading into Mythic Week, as well as the specs dominating so far in the War Within very, very soon. So if you're interested, stay tuned. We have our hands completely full, leveling up all these classes and testing them out for you all. I hope you all enjoyed the content. Have a very, very safe weekend. Happy Saturday. God bless. Until the very end, my name is Sky from the Comeback Kids. I will see you all in the next one. Peace. Hey, hope you enjoyed the video. Listen, if you guys enjoyed the content, we have a ton of other videos to help you get through the War Within, like these two right here. And since you're already here, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button to join the Comeback Kids family today, because every subscriber matters. Thank you all so much for enjoying the video. I'll see you in the next one.